Please like and subscribe. Alright, so this is about triad pairs. There's basically four main triad pairs. And by triads, I mean, okay, so you got two major triads. There's something about a major triad that is solid and it's rooted and it's strong. So it can withstand the tensions that make it a little bit outside or a little bit non-diatonic or this and that. So like, basically triad pairs, there's four different combinations of how you do major triad. So like there's two major, I'm making this shape for a major triad to begin with. So like let's say we got 8, 7, 5, and that's a C triad. Starting from the 6th E string, you got 8, then 7, then 5. So you got that, and then a triad that's a whole step above. So in this case, 10, 9, 7, which is a D triad. So there's that kind of triad pair. And the second one would be, let's go back to the first chord, which was a C triad, and another major triad that's a half step away. So the second one would be 9, 8, 6. Then you got one that's like C and then F sharp, which, so basically C, which is 8, 7, 5. Then go to the A string and play 9, 8, 6. That's a tritone distance apart. That's a tritone distance. And then the other one, granted, they're not both major triads, because the second one, instead of going the C triad and the D triad, which is a whole step above, it's a D augmented triad, which is 10, 9, 8. So, long story short is you want to be able to play these triad pairs up and down the neck. So for like, let's just use the 6E, 5A, and 4D strings only. So for this first triad pair, which is C, which is again, that was a 8, 7, 5, and then your D, which is a whole step up, 10, 9, 8. You want to be able to go like C, D, and then do C's inversion, D's inversion, C's inversion, D's inversion, C's inversion, D's inversion, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D. So you want to know, check out my other videos for triad pairs, but essentially the three inversions of a major triad, like let's just take C. You got this one that we just started out with, where you go 8, 7, 5. Then you got 12, 10, 10. Then you got 15, 15, 14, which is the same as 3, 3, 2. So basically this first one, 12, 10, 10, that one, back to the first one, and then this is 3, 3, 2, which you could say is up here, 15, 15, 14. So anyway, you want to be able to play, so like, you know, D, there's a, starting as low as you can, there's a 2, 0, 0, that's a D inversion. Then you got your C that I just showed you, which is 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, another D, which is 5, 5, 4, back to that old C there, which is 8, 7, 5, then the D we were using, 10, 9, 8, and this 12, 10, 10. So you want to be able to do that up and down the neck. And then you want to, that was the first type of triad pair, which is two major triads, a whole step apart. The second triad pair is two major triads, a half step apart. So C that I've been playing, and then C sharp, which is basically our D flat, which is 9, 8, 6. So you want to be able to play like C, C sharp, 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 C. That's the second type of triad pair, which is two major triads a half step apart. The third triad pair is two major triads a tritone apart. So you got C, and then you got F sharp, and I guess I don't really mess with this in triad pairs quite the same, but I guess you could go so it's starting as low as you can go. You can't do F sharp because that would be 2, 1, and then you can't get a D flat there. So you would start with just, I guess, C. So C, and you do an F sharp, then you do a C, F sharp, C, F sharp, C. And the fourth triad pair is two major triads a whole step apart, but you know the second one is actually an augmented one. So C and then D augmented, which is 10, 9, 8. So you want to be able to go the first, you can get a D augmented in there by going 2, 1, 0, C, D augmented, C, D augmented, C, D augmented, C, D augmented. So that's that. You got to know how to do that, and then you say, well, where the hell do you do that kind of stuff? So that's a whole different thing. And like I did with teachers in the past, is you have to trust that they just know what the hell they're talking about. Why would you invest so much time in all this, which takes years, but why would you invest so much time in all this? Because eventually it starts to make sense. For example, in your typical A harmonic minor, if you're aware of that, hopefully you are. If not, this won't make too much sense. But in a, actually, it doesn't matter. It can be a natural minor, your most basic A minor 7 or A minor. The fifth degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth degree is a major triad, and the flat sixth degree is a major triad. So there's your E major and F major. So in any minor chord, the fifth degree and the flat sixth, you can do major triads. So you got cha cha cha. Okay, so where else? That was the second type of triad pair, where it's two major triads that are a half step apart. For example, you can use that in a minor chord's fifth and flat sixth degree, because those are the two major triads that happen in a minor scale. Feel free to ask questions in the comments or whatever, because this is so deep, and it's attacked from so many different angles over so many musicians, over so many years, over so many books, over so many teachers, that there's always questions. But anyway, so where do you use the first triad pair, for example, where it's two major triads that are a whole step apart? Well, you can use that in a Lydian, because as if you know your C major scale, you got C Ionian, D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, and G Mixolydian. So notice F major, G major happens. So in any major scale, like C major, the 4 and the 5 are major. So you can use your F and G triad pairs, which are two major triads a whole step apart. In this case, for this lesson's case, you can't do you can't do a F major triad. There's no other strings. You can get the A in there, but the D string doesn't allow you to get the C note. So anyway, so you would have to you can start with the second. in any sequence, C, F, and G, for example, you don't have to start and go F, G, F, G. You can be like G, F, G, F, G, F. You can start with the second one, which is G. So anyway, look, so you can go 3, 2, open for your G, then the inversion for F, 5, 3, 3, inversion for G, 7, 5, 5, inversion for F, 8, 8, 7, inversion for G, 10, 10, 9, and then for F, I mean, you pass the 12th fret, but in a lot of my videos, I don't go past the 12th fret. That's how I learned. Not because you'll never go past the 12th fret with this, but that, I don't know, I mean, I guess it's kind of good just to conceptualize that there's only 3 triad inversions, kind of, I guess, for any given major triad or any given triad. Unless you have like jazz chord triads, which have like 4 inversions, because they have 4 notes. Anyway, I digress. So that's where you could use, for example, 2 major triads, which are a whole step apart. That's our first triad pair. We already talked about the second triad pair. 2 major triads, a half step apart. We just talked about that first for some reason. But the third one is the tritone. So 2 major triads, which are a tritone apart, which are basically 1, 2, 3 whole steps away. Where can you do that? Well, think of the case of F Lydian, and then the case we're in the C major scale. B minor 7 flat 5 happens. That's your Locrian mode. That B is a tritone from F. So in the C major scale, you could be like F, B, F, B, F, B. Now you might be asking yourself, well, yeah, F is major in the C major scale, but why would you be doing a B major triad, a B triad? That goes back to what I said in the beginning of this video, is major triads are so wholesome, they're so whole, they're so intact, they're so sonically indestructible, I guess, that they can withstand the slight, as long as you're doing the right root notes, the fact that they're a major triad really makes it quite okay. Like, for example, if you had back to the A minor thing, A minor pentatonic, first time I'm talking about pentatonic right now, but if you just did major triads off of all those notes, like it just kind of withstands. It's a structure that just sonically is perfect. But anyway, so a major triad is that's a hell of a triad. That's the best triad around. Yes, that was the third triad pair, which is 2 major triads, a tritone apart. So that in the major scale, that F to B, that distance of 3 whole steps, that's called a tritone. Listen to Primus, you'll hear tritones all day. Korn seems to have a lot of tritones, but even a diminished chord has a tritone in it. Like, for example, A diminished is A, C, E flat. That A to E flat, that metal sounding thing, if you will, is a tritone distance. Anyway, digress again, and talking about the fourth triad pair, fourth and last, which is 2 major triads a whole step apart, just like the first one. But the second one in the series is actually not major, it's augmented. So it's a major triad and an augmented triad a whole step apart. Where does that occur? I don't even know where that occurs. Actually, I have to think about where that occurs, to be honest. But I think where the hell does that occur? I guess it's I don't know. I forget. I got to get up on that. I can figure it out. I just don't want to think about it in the video and take time to do it. But what it is, for example, let's just stick to our F and G paradigm, if you will, or notes or tone centers. So since you can't do it, so it'd be F and G, F major and G augmented. So you can't do a F triad from this note. So starting on G, you do G augmented, which is 3, 2, 1. Then you catch a F inversion of 5, 3, 3. G inversion of G augmented, so 7, 6, 5. F inversion 8, 8, 7. G inversion 11, 10, 9. So yeah, where the hell does that occur? Anyway, I'll think about it. I should know this, but that's the thing is, you learn stuff, you forget stuff, you refocus on it, and then you absorb it deeper and deeper over the years. I'll get on my homework, because I got homework every damn day, because we all do. It's just like working out, you just keep doing it. If you don't, you get less good, and if you keep doing it, you get better and better. Please like and subscribe. This is serious material, and it helps all involved. It helps you, it helps me, so just hit the like button. Just go ahead and hit the like button. God damn.